It's Thursday, June 23rd, day 97. It's raining. Man, I had to put the phone away yesterday getting into the shelter. I was a mile or more short and it came down hardest it's rained since I've been out here. I was literally over my ankles with water. There was hail, thunder and lightning. I was cursing my existence. If I hadn't have stopped at that bear den hostel to poke around for a bit, I probably would have made it to the shelter in time. But then again, the Lord has a different plan for me. Even if I hadn't, my day would have been ruined. And I get there and it was packed because everybody else had hiked 4 miles and everybody that was going to go into Harper's Ferry stopped there. So it was an overloaded shelter. Everybody was sleeping on picnic tables and on the deck. So yeah, yesterday was a shit show. Major shit show. And now it's raining. And now I'm doing the supposedly easy section into Harper's Ferry. I didn't even get water last night because the water hole was a quarter of a mile from the shelter. It was raining and reportedly it was a mud hole. So I just went to bed without water. I woke up throughout the night dreaming of water, dreaming of it collecting water. And believe it or not, some guy was getting ready to dump some this morning and he offered it up and I got a third of a 700 milliliter bottle of water so that I could choke down my breakfast bar and take my vitamins. And believe me, I felt like I was in heaven, even for just that little amount of water. So anyway, I'm back on the trail. It's 8 a.m. Everybody got up early because they went to bed so early and it was a restless evening with a packed shelter. So there's a supposedly a convenience store or a gas station 3 miles up from here. Harper's Ferry is like 10 miles. I don't have to check in till like 2, so I can dry everything out and hopefully do my laundry because hopefully they have reportedly they have a washer and dryer so I can get everything out of the way. But if I get to this convenient mart, there's a couple things I'm going to look for, but I'm also going to look for a couple beers, and I'm gonna drink them right there, and maybe take one with me because this is supposed to be a relatively easy jaunt into town. And I'm just fucking soaked, and I need something to take the edge off. Sorry to say. Anyway, I'm gonna put my phone away because it's getting wet. Yep, I can't. You know, everybody says, oh, why didn't you video the storm? Well, even if I wanted to take my phone out and get all the ports wet and ruined, I really can't move the screen with the pouring rain. Anybody who's ever been in the rain with their phone, you can't move the screen or the screen's doing shit on its own accord. So yeah, the phone's packed away and in a plastic bag in those times. Plus I'm in a moment of desperation that you don't want to see on film. Cursing the Lord, cursing everybody. So, it's not a pretty situation out here. Last night was fucking awful. Anyway, even though it's raining now, my spirits are improved because I have a room waiting for me and it's not downpouring thunder and lightning and my life's not in jeopardy. Imagine that. In the beginning of the video, I captured some lightning from the shelter. I don't know, it's not that exciting as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad last night in the shelter as it was on the trail. On the trail, it was horrific. The shelter was kind of cozy. The lightning was more or less in the distance. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of that. Plus the early birds that get up and wander around the campsite for 2 hours and don't leave until you do. Thought I'd capture that too. All right, see you in a bit. I've been looking for 700 milliliter water bottles since Neil's Gap. I guess they only come in the yellow flavor, but I got one, two actually, to replace my old ones for 1,000 miles. One of the biggest lessons I've learned out here on the Appalachian Trail is not to listen to anybody. If they tell you it's a cruise to Harper's Ferry, well, it was a rocky, shitty cruise. If somebody tells you you're almost there, you're not almost there. Somebody tells you it's flat, it's not flat. Somebody tells you the climbs aren't that bad, they're bad. Well, I'm 3 miles plus from Harper's Ferry. I'm celebrating already. It's been slow going and rainy. But check-in's not till 2. So I'm just moseying along. So I realized yesterday in those torrential downpour rains and hail and thunder and lightning and walking in water around my ankles why I'm out here. It's because I want to experience God's wrath. It's too comfortable sitting at a desk and having air conditioning and a warm vehicle and a warm home. And I've been beating myself up for years for living the life of luxury. And I've always been interested in what it would be like to be off the grid. Well, this isn't exactly off the grid because you can go into town every 4 or 5 days or even less if you want to. And you know me, I've been zeroing like a mother. But coming out here today and just walking in rain with wet feet and wet socks and wet clothes and a wet spirit, I realized the juxtaposition of yesterday being in a Noah's Ark type flood, that it ain't that bad, that you can make it through, that you can figure out a way. And I guess that's why I'm out here, to suffer God's wrath and gain an appreciation for, I don't want to say surviving, but just getting through and having wet feet. You know, walking in rain like this is not that bad. It's actually kind of nice. Yesterday, not so nice. But maybe a couple weeks ago, this would have bugged me. But the Lord is hardening me. The Lord is hardening me. An older woman last night, section hiker, asked me how I made it 1,000 miles with such skinny legs and a big backpack. And I just laughed. But I got to thinking about it. It goes back to that video from a month or so ago where I talked about he served the King of England, a novel, and the guy whose heart was so kind and so gentle, he went after everything with an axe. I think this is the Shenandoah River. And my descent into Harper's Ferry is complete. I think I have to cross this bridge though. The Appalachian Trail Conservatory. I went all the way down into town. I missed the Blue Trail exit to the conservatory, so I had to hike all the way back up to town, uphill. But here I am. Here I am, I guess. How do I get in here? I don't know. Hold on. Ooh. I feel like I'm in New Orleans. Any complimentary beers? I hear something running upstairs. Somebody's doing laundry. Hello? Nice. Oh, time to dry my stuff out. That'll help. Where's the laundry? Oh. 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 Oh, that's what I heard. Damn. Not bad. Thank you, honey baby. Alright, let me get settled. Wow. I'm not quite situated, but this is more like it. Still haven't done laundry. I went to the 7-Eleven and bought detergent and shitty Yingling. And but this porch, it's like a scene out of Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get unless you're on the Appalachian Trail. You're gonna get rain, rocks, roots, and pain.